Hey, Shalom, Akim, Yahbashim, Yahshai, Bashim, Kakadash, Barakatham. All praises to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahshai, Bashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles. A great millstone who will teach will have taught us this truth. This is your brother Yashimai from the GMS Atlantic Camp. And this is going to be a short video here, but, this is a funny clip from that movie, Talladega Nights. I'm sure people have seen it, but if not, it's a pretty funny movie. But the point here is, I came across some scripture and it made me think about this video, man, because, one thing that stuck out was he said, I don't have that bone. I don't have that in my body. I just can't do it. And who is that? That's Esau Edom, man. That Esau Edom is the original Mr. Can't Get Right. There is just nothing that you can do to save this man. All right. You saw what happened after the 1,000 years that the Most High put a seal on him, that he came back. He fell down, right, when the Roman Empire fell. He fell down and then he came back. And then what did he do? He continued his wickedness unto this day. We have brothers that are dealing with infirmities. We have the fact that, we have to get up early just to go to work. We have to rush throughout our day just so that we can get our studies in, so that we can stay, plugged in with our power. He has done this. The fact that we have to read the fact that we have a nutrition label that tells us how much of everything, how much poison is in the food that we're about to digest. He has done this. The fact that they have to slap on a freaking soup packet, non-GMO. The fact that there's a separate store section at the grocery store that says organic and non-organic. The fact that we have to differentiate between real food and fake food, he has done it. Why? Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Man, there is nothing that this man hasn't done. And even if he gets knocked down again and by some chance got back up, he would continue to be this wicked bastard. He is the original Mr. Can't Get Right. I'm going to finish this sentence, but then I'm going to balance it out. He is the reason why we're dealing with what we're dealing with. Now, here's the balance. As upsetting as this bastard is, right? As upsetting as this bastard is, our downfall causes, man. So always remember that balance, all right? Always remember that balance, man. So now look, I checked this. Look, let's get Obadiah, okay? A goodie here. Obadiah 1. We'll just get to the point because, again, don't want to make this long. Obadiah 1, verse 3. Well, verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Absolutely is. I mean, that's all these evils that this bastard has done. We know them, but it's not just us. The entire world knows it. The only difference is that we are able to differentiate that it's a certain group of people, and we understand why. But everyone else sees the fruit of this wicked tree, man. Everyone sees that. They just don't understand why. But he's despised, man. The Most High is revealing this bastard to the entire world, man. All right, verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock. The pride of, because this bastard thinks that he's going to continue to live forever. These bastards, the original Mr. Can't Get Right, think that they're going to continue to conquer the Mars. They're going to, conquer, Mexico. They're going to conquer Ukraine, Russia, whatever it is, Gaza, whatever. The original Mr. Can't Get Right, man. That's why this bastard has to be taken out. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. And that's got, we understand that has really two meanings. One, it goes into where they're from, Petra, the city in Jordan, because Esau is the original cave dweller, man. But then furthermore, when you go into the blue letter, that goes into them hiding within their secret places, all right? And that's exactly what these top 1% deep state, whatever these people want to call them. That's exactly what these Edomites do. They hide amongst themselves. There is a 1% within the 1%, and that's them. That's the clefts of the rocks that they dwell therein, man. Whose habitation is high. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? This bastard was made faulty, man. He doesn't have that bone in his body, man. And that's why he has to be taken down. Because he can't fix himself. I know it's a funny snippet, man, but it's true. He doesn't have it in him. He just got to blow shit up. You present to him, you present to him a fruit with, hundreds of seeds in that one fruit. And one of those seeds can produce a tree that's going to produce another 50 fruits, that each individual fruit is going to have 100 seeds in them. And what does he do? Nope, that's not good enough. Let's make them seedless, and then we'll create one. Man, he's the original, cannot get right, man. He has to be destroyed. He has to have his ass whooped. I did a quick search on Google. Is it difficult for a prideful person to be less prideful? I know it sounds simple, man, but check out what it says. It says, yes, it can be difficult for a prideful person to become less proud. And for Esau, we know that's impossible. But it is possible. Pride is often deeply ingrained and can be a powerful force, making it challenging to change one's perspective and behavior. However, through conscious effort, he's not trying to fix himself. If he was trying to fix himself, and I'm not saying that, this is going to redeem him, but if he was trying to fix himself, wouldn't he give the land back to the so-called Native Americans? If he was trying to fix himself, wouldn't he, make some, attempt for reparations to these so-called blacks? Because they sure as hell did it to the Ish people that supposedly went through the, hologram, right? If you can get what I'm saying. But he hasn't done it because he can't make it, man. His spirit is not upright. Self-reflection. What's he gonna reflect on how fucked off he is? Excuse my language, man, but it's just, man, how much more of this bastard? How much more can we really take from this man? It says, in support, individuals can learn to cultivate humility and reduce the impact of pride in their lives. That's not going to happen, man. This bastard has to be physically whooped for him to bow down. 2 Maccabees 3:24. And I'm going to get down to 27. All right, 4 scriptures, and then we'll go ahead and close out. Okay? Now, this is when these Edomites were about to sack the temple. Okay? Now, as he was there present himself with his guard about the treasury, the Lord of spirits and the prince of all power caused a great apparition, so that all that presumed to come in with him were astonished at the power of the Most High and fainted and were so afraid. Because the only way for this bastard to begin to lose his pride is by seeing somebody else that's greater. The idea, look at Iran. The idea, he can't even stand the idea that another country that doesn't bow down to him might have nuclear power. That's why he takes them out, because he can't stand that. The only way for this bastard to be truly humbled, it's not going to be through self-reflection, because he doesn't do that. It's going to be through Yahweh Shai coming down and humbling this bastard. Verse 25, for there appeared unto him a horse with a terrible rider upon him. 2 Ezra 3. That mountain graven without hands. All right, that's what's coming. All right, it says, with a terrible rider upon him, and adorned with a very fair covering, and he ran fiercely and smote at Heliodorus with his 4 feet, and it seemed that he that sat upon the horse had complete harness of gold. So we believe this to be Yahushua, and we can see that through the capital P in verse 24. All right, verse 26. Moreover, 2 other young men appeared before him, notable in strength, excellent in beauty, and comely in apparel, who stood by him on either side, and scourged him continually, and gave him many sore stripes. And Heliodorus fell suddenly unto the ground, and was compassed with great darkness. But they that were with him took him up, and put him into a litter. Thus him that lately came with a great train, and with all his guard into that said treasury, they carried out, being unable to help himself with his weapons, and manifestly they acknowledged the power of the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. This bastard had to have his ass whooped for him to acknowledge the power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And it has to happen again. He is the original Mr. Can't Get Right. You can't save him. Praying to baby Jesus ain't gonna save him. Alright? Him acknowledging who we are ain't gonna save him. These bastards know who we are. He literally has to have his ass whooped. No, he will and needs to be destroyed. The world can't take any more of this. You know? Don't you think those people in Gaza right now are thinking that? Fuck, man, really not this? We're thinking that. And we're not even having our homes blown up. Not yet. Not yet. How much more can this world take, man? This bastard has to be taken out. Because he won't humble himself. He must be humbled. So the next one, Shalom.